MotorWeek is made possible by Lucas Oil, Auto Value and Bumper to Bumper, and TireRack.com.
While few people could actually list the 4 vehicles that comprise the current Aston Martin US lineup, the brand does have well over 100 years of automotive history to fall back on, as well as a host of faithful followers passionate for the brand's unique combination of performance and luxury. And after driving their latest DBX707, it's easy to see why. Though arriving on the SUV scene just 2 years ago, Aston Martin has certainly aimed high with this follow-up, the 2023 DBX707, wanting to create the world's most powerful luxury SUV. Yes, that's 707 in the name, not 007, but we're pretty sure James Bond would find lots to love in this high-performance getaway machine. If you've not been in a DBX before, it's not the easiest vehicle to jump in and just take off, as there is a bit of a learning curve. No shortage of manual controls either, most of which are unique, and you must look way up to the top of the center dash to find the start button mixed among the buttons for transmission operation. The bulk of the powertrain and behind-the-scenes workings are from Mercedes-Benz, with the engine supplied by the fine folks at AMG. It's the same twin-turbo 4-liter V8 that the DBX debuted with, but Aston Martin has done some tweaking of their own this time around, installing new turbos, upgrading both intake and exhaust systems, and doing a complete recalibration to push horsepower from 542 to 697 and torque from 516 to 663 pound-feet. Yowza! Thank you, Mr. Finn, for signing off on this one and for delivering way more power than you can get in a Cayenne Turbo or even a Lamborghini Urus. There's still a 9-speed transmission attached, but it changes from the standard Benz unit to AMG's high-performance one that swaps the torque converter out for a wet clutch design to not only handle the additional output, but operate much faster and provide significantly harder launches. All remaining parts of the drivetrain get upgrades too, including a steeper ratio in the rear electronic limited slip differential and the automatic central diff that can send full power to the rear when appropriate. And boy, does it feel fast, ripping to 60 in just 3.3 seconds with huge carbon ceramic brakes to rein things in just as quickly. Valving and spring rates of the standard air suspension have been recalibrated too, and the 48-volt active roll stabilization system firmed up. Even in its latest aggressive settings, it's a very stiff rod that prefers smooth pavement, though these optional 23-inch wheels surely play into that as well. But there's plenty of reward for dealing with that harshness, as the 707 stays incredibly flat in corners, has loads of grip, and rockets off them like few vehicles on the road. So as you can tell, Aston has left no stone unturned when it comes to performance, and they were just as crafty updating the interior too. The entire center console has been reworked with a unique carbon fiber housing, which features a wide variety of performance-oriented controls, as well as a new knob for quickly changing drive modes. And yes, there is still one for off-road. For the most part, the interior remains absolutely exquisite, with first-class materials and a museum-quality vibe. But at the same time, there are things like the infotainment system that's a bit behind the best out there. Some serious sports seats come with the 707, but if they're too aggressive for you, comfort seats can be swapped in. It still looks drop-dead gorgeous outside, as they were able to add aggressive notes without altering the DBX's melodious tune. Larger grille, of course, along with new brake cooling ducts, front splitter, and redesigned DRLs. There's lots of carbon fiber, naturally, as well as big quad exhaust tips integrated into the revised rear diffuser. Government fuel economy ratings are 15 city, 20 highway, and 17 combined. With so many high-performance SUVs available, it's hard to justify spending $239,086 for this one unless you are truly an Aston Martin purist. But having said that, it is the most powerful non-EV luxury ute you can buy, and only about 60 grand over the standard DBX. The fact that no one needs a 700 horsepower luxury SUV is well established. But for the discriminating few that desire to own one, the 2023 Aston Martin DBX707 is an insanely impressive utility packed full of power and class that for now is in a class all its own.